In this video, we're going to be using Declaration Grooming Tribute and the Harry's Razor for a dome shave. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to be using Declaration Grooming Tribute soap. I'll show you the label right there. I got this as a sample from Maggard. It really is a good service, I think, that Maggard provides on these samples. I think they sell for usually around $3.50, and you can get probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4 shaves out of it to decide whether or not you like a scent. And this one I do like. Off the puck, when I did the unboxing, it was a little weak, but now that I've got it lathered up, it smells really nice. I'm going to put the notes for you right there, and some of them are pineapple, peach, patchouli, vetiver. I think it smells really, really nice now that I've got it lathered up. So it's one I will definitely consider buying. It is $22 for 4 ounces, or that's $5.50 an ounce on our cost chart, which is pricey, but I really do like this scent, so I think it's one that I would really enjoy. This is a really good quality soap. It's tallow. We'll show you the ingredients right there. And this one, of course, features Declaration's bison tallow. Really good stuff. I look forward to using this today. Also, I'll be using today for the dome shave the Harry's Razor with this new series of blades they have, and that lubrication strip has been a nemesis because it kind of breaks down and sticks to everything. It doesn't cause a problem actually for the shave, but it just leaves these sort of like spider web looking stuff all over the place. The lubrication strips, if you have a traditional lather, just absolutely not necessary, but it'll work great all the same, I'm sure. So let's get right into it and wet the dome. This is just plain water, and I will link the products I'm using below for your convenience. I'm gonna use, of course, our Captain's Choice bowl, and we've got the Declaration Tribute lathered up. And we've got a nice lather with it. The brush today is the West Coast Shaving synthetic brush. I call it the dude of shaving brush because he doesn't like it. But anyway, let's lather up and get going. This soap smells really nice. The key for me today will be not to be annoyed by Harry's lubrication strip on these new blades. The newer blades they come in a, when you buy, I think they come in 4 or 8 or something like that. Or actually you can buy different quantities. But anyway, the packaging is a little green. The old one's a little more white, the plastic part of it. And the lubrication strip on this one has just been ridiculous. And so we'll see if that annoys me today. We'll try not to make too much of it because, I've sort of complained about it every time. But it's really no big deal other than, it doesn't get in the way. It's just kind of a nuisance. It's just not necessary if you have a good quality lather like this one. You're not going to need any kind of lubrication strip. But I still enjoy using the Harry's Razor and carts from time to time. And other people who watch the channel use carts. So we want to make sure we're using a little bit of everything, including these sort of carts, and hopefully attract people who will see these great soaps and say, hey, what is it about that soap? He's talking about great scent and great quality, and maybe they'll see this and enjoy it. So we look forward to seeing what happens with the lube strip today. And don't forget, lather the neck up there. Make sure you're getting that. And that should be plenty good enough. Good quality soap here, Declaration for sure. No question about it. Some of them are a little on the expensive side, but it is good quality stuff. And we have rinsed that there to get a little water on it, and we'll see how we do today. Remember, as I say every single shave, make sure you don't accidentally hit those ears. My ears set very close to my head, so I try to always use care around them. And every now and then, I've been known to hit them, so be careful with that. Tell you what, this soap smells really nice. When I did the unboxing, and this video probably air a good week or longer later than when I shot it, because a lot of these head shaves run a little behind. But when I did the unboxing with this, I couldn't get much scent off the sample. But once I loaded up, I was like, ooh, this smells nice. This is one I'll definitely consider buying, even at the $5.50 per ounce, which is pricey, because I like the scent and it brings something different. If it were just for the quality of the soap, I don't know that I'd want to pay $5.15 an ounce, although it's a very good soap. It has to have something different because there are so many soaps that work well for me that unless it has a really unique scent and one that I love, I'm typically not going to spend in that, pricey zone for a soap. But this one is one that I will definitely consider picking up based on the sample. And that's why the sample service that Maggard provides is a good one. And I will link the declaration samples for you below, because that way, if you miss at $3.50, it's not that big a deal. If you miss at, $22, then it's a little bit, bigger a deal, obviously. And it allows you to discover some scents that you like for not a ton of money. And again, if you were being judicious with these samples, you could probably get 4 or 5 shaves out of it. I will use about, I'd say a little under half of the sample for my shaves, because I like to just make sure I'm using plenty enough soap. But I think a lot of people could get at least 3 or 4 shaves out of these samples in terms of the size of the sample. So you really could, use it a few times to decide whether or not you like it. And again, I applaud Maggard for having that. One of the things I need to remember is to shake that water off the cart. The water sort of hangs in the nooks and crannies of these carts, and when you rinse it off and you go to put it over your head, it'll drip right in your face. So maybe I've worn this lubrication strip down enough to where it's not breaking down. The first couple of shaves with it, and I think this is like the maybe 3rd or 4th with this particular blade, it was just creating like that spider web effect of threads like hanging off it, because it was sort of breaking down during the shave. And during this shave, fortunately, it's not happening, because I guess I've got it worn down enough to where it's not doing it, or at least that's what it appears to be so far. And that is good. We like that. Again, really nice scent on this particular soap. I like it. I think it's a nice, you definitely get the sweetness from it, but it's not so sweet that it's crazy sweet. I thought I might have saw a little bit of that lubrication strip there. Might have been just me thinking I did. It's sweet, but it's not super sweet. It's sweet, just sweet enough to be quite pleasant, I think, but not so sweet that people who are averse to sweet scents would dislike it. I think that's just me. And it's plenty slick enough and all that sort of stuff. So you're not going to have to, you're typically, with declaration soaps, not going to have to worry about quality issues. It is a good soap from an established soap maker. And so I don't think you're going to have quality issues. It is a nice scent, a nice soap. And I'm quite happy with this one from the perspective of quality and scent. It's really nice. All right, let's go ahead and spray a little bit there and get on with the second pass here. I hope you're all having a great day whenever I air this. And again, probably a week or more has passed since the time I shot this video, but even still, I hope it finds you well. I know John made a comment. John's one of the viewers last week, that he was getting ready to do his first ever head shave because he's heading into the summer. And I can't remember if John was maybe a teacher or something like that. So John, please, if you see this video, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's going to do his first ever head shave because he had the summer, to sort of try it out. And I would say, John, first of all, congrats, welcome. John is, sort of losing hair at a rapid rate. He wants to sort of try the bald. And here's my advice, John. If you're considering shaving the dome, don't make your decision in terms of keeping it early on. Give it 6 to 8 weeks. Allow it to set in. Allow people to become comfortable with your new look. Because at first it's dark and everybody looks funny at first, virtually, right? But after you give it a few weeks, I'm going to say 6 to 8 weeks, and you're around people and they've sort of got out those initial shock remarks, over time it will start to set in. And when it becomes you and it fits nicely, you're home free. But that does take some time. And so the first time people see it, because it's so stark, it would be the same as if you dyed your hair bright green or blue or something and you've never done anything like that, right? People go, oh, you know, that's going to be their initial reaction. You just have to give it some time, sort of set in, and then make your decision after the initial shock. And again, that's measured in weeks, not days. Allow that process to fully play out where everybody's had a chance to see you and sort of, you know, get used to you, because it's going to be a different look. That's just all there is to it. There's no way around it. It is a dramatically different look than having hair. And those of us who have gone through it, you know, I face the same comments that everybody else does. Like, oh, did you lose a bet? You know, all the, you know, jokes and comments. Are you, you know, under treatment for something? Stuff like that. And then later, you know, again, weeks, not days, most people were like, boy, that was a good move. But initially, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't think that's a good look for you, because people like, more than anything, things to remain the same and to remain comfortable. And when you've had hair, even if it's leaving you, when you've had hair and then all of a sudden you come in bald, completely bald, it's a stark change. And people are not comfortable, by and large, with change of that magnitude. And you may not be either. But once you give it some time, you'll find, I think, that it sets in, people get used to it. It's no longer a big deal, so to speak, and it grows on you, or it becomes you. But that process takes time. So just be willing, John, to give it time. And not only John, but anyone who's considering making this move, going to what I call the bald. It requires a little investment in terms of time for people to see you and get used to it. And don't be bashful about it. Get right out there. Go to your restaurants, work, whatever the case may be, and get it out of the way, because people who know you are going to comment on it, you know, both pro and negative. But after a while, what most people report is they really enjoy it. And let me tell you, there's some benefits. Because let's say you're taking a nap or whatever, and then you got to get up and, you know, go do something, and you've already showered for the day. You take a midday nap, right? So you get up, brush your teeth, you're out the door. You don't have to worry about hair products, shampoo, you know, all that kind of stuff is in the past. So you're just washing your head and, you know, you're ready to go. So yes, I know you do have to shave your head, but if you're watching this channel, you're a shaving enthusiast anyway, most likely. So that's a plus, you know. Now you're getting to shave over 100%, in my view, more area than if just shaving your face. So that's a plus. So the fact that you have to shave your head should not be a big deal if you're a shaving enthusiast. So to me, it's been all pluses. And also, I would remind you, when you lay down at night on your pillow and you have a bald head, it feels good. There's nothing in the way. It's just that skin against the pillow. You got your nice soft pillow and pillowcase, feels great. One of the viewers actually pointed that out to me. I can't remember who, but they were like, they said, I really like the way it feels when I lay down with my bald head versus having hair. Like, I don't have all that hair in the way. And they're right. It does feel great. So there are some benefits. Now, you do have to be mindful of the sun if you're going to go outside and use, you know, sunscreen and so on and so forth. That's a no-brainer. I mean, that should be obvious, but make sure if you're traveling or going to a park or just as part of your normal routine, keep sunscreen in your car. Like maybe you're taking the kids to soccer practice or something. It might be sunny. So you do have to be mindful about the sun. Now, I don't find that in the winter, I don't find my shaved head to be particularly cool. I don't find that I need to wear a lot of winter hats, even though it does get cool here. Some people do. Some people, you do lose a lot of heat in the wintertime from your head. But you just, you can put on pretty much any kind of winter cap and you're good to go. And here's the thing. When you take off that winter cap, you don't have to worry about it. You haven't messed up your hair. You don't have any hair to mess up. You just take the cap off, you're good to go. So a lot of advantages to going to the bald, in my opinion. You just have to get over that initial hump, which is, the initial hump is what is most difficult for most people. The act of shaving your head, after a while, will become natural. I just advise you to be careful around the ears. I advise you to start off with something nice and mild. If the only thing you use are DE, use a mild DE to start and develop your technique and pattern in the way you shave, and then go for it. And for me, I don't regret it ever. I don't ever find myself wishing that I had hair. Some people do. Some people say, oh, I wish I still had hair. I do not. The hair, in retrospect, for me, it was nothing but a nuisance that I had to spend time dealing with. Also, when I had hair, I tend to have dry scalp, especially in the winter months. I've had none of those problems since shaving my head. And I'm guessing because you're exfoliating all the time. So, I don't face the same problems with dry scalp or anything like that. And so for me, it's been nothing but win over the years. So I don't regret what nature had in store for me in genetics. I got a little bit in front of it and just said, hey, it's time for this hair to go once it started leaving, I was never interested in rugs, drugs, and plugs to replace hair. It's just not me. I might have vanity, but not that much vanity. I just was not interested in that. And I was never particularly attached to my hair. And so it was a good move for me. I never look back. But early on, you will face people who say, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Ignore it and keep moving. And eventually, you might find that it becomes you. All right, that was excellent. Let me rinse. We'll come back and get to a quick post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back in off cam. We did a warm water rinse to remove the soap. And then we applied a little Thayer's. This is cucumber watermelon. Magic because it's made by witches. Excellent head shave today. The Declaration Tribute, which I'll show you the full label right there. Good stuff. I really enjoyed the scent. It's definitely one I'll consider purchasing the full tub of. I love the scent. The quality was great. Big thumbs up. We used our Harry's razor today. Unfortunately, the lubrication strip this time didn't break down too much, so no problems with that. Had an excellent shave. We used our West Coast Shaving synthetic brush, which I really enjoyed, Captain's Choice Bowl. And we shall finish it out today with Declaration Grooming. This one is Nightman. I haven't used this splash yet, so I figured let's give it a go and see how it is. And I hope wherever you are, you folks are having excellent shaves. And if you're a dome shaver, hope you have really smooth, level cue ball dome shaves. Thanks so much for watching. Boy, I like the scent of this. It's good too, the Nightman. Really, really nice head shave. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.